Hope you had a good Sunday weekend. Let's look at the option chain. We see that there's a strong writing which is done at 16,000 and very strong writing at 16,600. So the option chain they feel that market may not go below this 16,000 sorry 16,000 and 15,900 as well. This I think they did on Friday. This build up was done on Friday. So mostly we are pretty well supported in terms of Nifty, and when we look at Bank Nifty, huge writing done at 35,000. So we may get stiff resistance at 34,900 as per our levels, or maybe slightly at 35,000 also. Meanwhile, we also train how to use option chain live during the market hours. There are different strategies how you can look at option chain. Just looking at the OI data would not help. You need to look at charts, the structure, the volumes. Volumes play a very vital role in the market. Couple of stocks I have listed which I am looking at for Monday. Let me first look at the stocks which I am looking at. Chola Finance is going to be in my radar. Looks very strong. Maybe you can buy and hold for a couple of days. However, let me show you the charts once. If you see in the 15 minutes or in the different time frames, this seems to have now this looks very strong for me. If the price moves below 550 levels, or maybe 500 levels, I'm slightly going to be bearish on this stock. However, this currently this is looking pretty strong, and it may retest 750 levels, and then maybe we can expect rise to possibly move down also. Currently looks very bullish for me. You can buy and hold for a target of 720 740 levels. This recommendation is generally on the equity. If you are interested to get calls on the option, then I would suggest you to contact us. We will share mostly intraday option calls, and if we are trading in futures, yes, we can look at positional, but definitely we need stop loss, entry levels and targets, without which your accounts can get wiped out. I'm also looking at SpiceJet. This seems to be slightly on the sell side, something not really doing well in this stock. On intraday, if this price goes below 37.8, I would look to sell. However, if this price stays above 40, then possibly I will look to buy. This is my level currently on this stock. But if you see, I am it looks slightly bearish, not really been able to sustain above 40 levels for quite some time. been trading at this zone for almost a month. Somehow the the market is not interested in this stock and it's been range bound. So we need to see whether there's accumulation or distribution happening at this prices. Most possibly there is accumulation, but then I can definitely look to short until 34 levels. But if we're looking at longer perspective, then keep adding on every 5% dip. Definitely it's going to give you good returns. Meanwhile, just want to bring your attention towards the metals in index. This looks pretty flattish. I would not recommend, but however you can look to buy Tata Steel, and we may look to short this once it retests 4,800. So Tata Steel, I was mentioning in earlier to my friends, viewers, that I am going to look to short this below 875 levels. My target is somewhere close to 860, and of course there is a pretty strong support at 875. So be cautious if you're shorting. The risk to reward is not that great, but then yes, when you short, you always trail your stop loss and reduce the risk. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please do feel free to ask. We are glad to answer them. I have listed. Let me look at the Nifty. Sorry, the Bank Nifty. SGX gives us an indication that there's going to be a gap up. So my target in Bank Nifty, as per charts and option chain, is currently at 34,920 levels. This may happen right at the gap opening, and then I see a possibility of market maybe flat for some time, and then we may see fall possibly towards 34 440 levels or 430 levels also. So one side I'm bullish, but looking at the market structure, the market wants to trap the bulls and then make its money by coming down. However, if market sustains above 35,000 for all, and then the next target, I think we can look at 35,300 levels. And on the lower side, if market sustains below 34,620 levels, then I think we can retest 34,290 levels also. So just follow the levels. I am giving two calls or two levels on options front. You may look at the same. Also, please understand, when I say above, the price has to come from the bottom to upwards. It should not. If it is coming from 420 or 410 and coming down towards these prices, then I don't recommend it to buy. Only if price is coming from 390, 370 and then moving upwards, then price can be entered. So 34,500 above 508 is my buy. Our target could be 585, stop loss of 460. I'm keeping a very small target considering the fact that I'm looking at some kind of a retracement down at 35,000 levels. and the 34,800 put can be bought above 404, 395 to 404. The stops are 360, I think, and the target we can look at 490 to 520 also. So this is for 18th of July. I've been sharing this calls almost every day, and most times this the targets have been successful. And please mind, if the stop loss hits and then if the price moves again above the prices mentioned, you can still re-enter and recover your losses. So these levels are as per the charts and the OI data. Meanwhile, you can look at Chola Finance. I think I shared about Chola. You may even look at Supreme Industries. This slightly is looking downwards. One may sell Chola with a stop loss of 1857, target of 1750. So if you see, the risk and the reward is almost the same. Once your target is hit, exit half positions, or you may trail your stop loss to slightly towards the break even and wait for further down moves. Meanwhile, I was looking at the indices. Nifty public sector bank doesn't look really great. Nifty PSU. Maybe some bank may bring a downfall, or might not be doing really great in the public sector bank. However, we can look at a swing trade in Canara Bank coming in. Looks very positive for me. This price is able to sustain about 215 or 220, then this is a not trading zone. Possibly we can look at 212 for an initial target of 220, and then maybe higher. If viewers remember, I was talking about auto stocks being strong and FMCG being strong. In fact, Friday, I think the auto sector was in book full zoom. Maruti and M&M were. Maruti has almost hit our target. Our entry was somewhere close to 7,600, and our target was 8,000. So if you remember, this is where I said the retest and then you can look to buy. My target was somewhere at 8,400. Market consolidated and seems to make another big move in Maruti. In FMCG, HUL and Dabur are looking good. One may even look at Bata India. if it is sustaining about 1007 uh, 1790 levels, then our first target would be somewhere close to 1900 and higher. uh, Meanwhile, a lot of our friends keep asking me about indicators. The only indicator I generally look at is RSI. RSI is one of my, we can say, it doesn't give me a buy or a sell signal, but then it definitely helps me to reconfirm when I'm taking entry and exits, especially when I'm in doubt. So it depends on how we use the indicators. However, the best indicator I think is price action. I generally look at charts, chart patterns, and trade. Here, if you see Bata India, it's looking to break 1840 levels. So market, there is a possibility that it moves up, retest, and then goes up as well. So choose wisely your entry, your exits, and definitely profits would come. Good luck for tomorrow, and have a profitable day. Meanwhile, I think I should share the levels for Nifty and share my views for HDFC Bank. Results are out. Result doesn't look great. Nifty, I am expecting a slight may hit the target of 16,180 levels, and then there's a possibility of market moving down towards 15,990 levels also. So it again depends if the bulls take control of market and want to take up. Currently market structure looks positive for a slight up move. Except let's look at the HDFC Bank option chain. There's quite huge build-up at 1360. Market feels that price may not move above 1400, hence they have written 1400 calls. So let's look at HDFC Bank. If price stays below 1350 or below, price may not retain the upper levels, and then chances that it could move down also for some period of time. Again, it depends on what market wants to do. So we will wait for tomorrow. We will decide basis the price action how to trade on HDFC Bank. However, if a long-term perspective, you should buy and hold HDFC Bank, few quantities of Jet Airways, Tata Steel as well. So thank you for your time, and have a profitable trading.